nobody up there wiping the Most High's proud, man.
Right. Back in verse 18, a little more. And as the doors are made sure on every side of him that offend the king has been committed to suffer death, even so the priests make fast their temples with doors and with locks and bars, lest their gods be spoiled with robbers.
Oh, wow.
Defend themselves.
Wow.
Man.
So somebody can come in and either steal the God or steal the fine clothing or the gold from the God, man. You know? And that's why the scripture said to fear them not.
Yeah. I say something, Zaquan. Hey, going back to ancient Egypt, you know, you used to have those grave robbers, man, because you had those pyramids, those treasure cities where they would pretty much bury those pharaohs, you know. But you know, the Egyptians so damn stupid because one of their philosophies was that they could take their riches to the afterlife with them, so they would have their gold and silver buried with them or whatever in their sarcophagus or whatnot. But them grave robbers will come and take that shit, man. You know.
And nothing they can do about it. That's why the Most High commands you to live out your days in peace, doing His will, right? Up until your particular dying day, when, as it is written, when your soul that was lent unto you shall be demanded. You know, hey, because the things that the Most High give you, those things are temporal. But what the Most High has prepared for you, that particular thing is eternal. And that eternal kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Shah is what the elect, the hope elect in these times are going after. Going out. They get
You know what? An account. One into like how these guys really can't defend themselves. Now this is one to the account of Bel and the Dragon, right? We'll get to the point. Bel and the Dragon, 1 and 16. In the morning, bedtime, the king arose and Daniel with him. Verse 17. And the king said, Daniel, are the seals whole? And he said, Yea, O king, and behold. Verse 18. And as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked on the table and cried with a loud voice, Great are you, O Baal, and with you is no deceit at all. Verse 19, then laughed Daniel and held the king that he should not go in, and said, Behold, now the pavement, and mark well whose footsteps are these.
right. Like, he really thought that this idol consumed his food in the night, in private, man. It makes absolutely no sense. That's why the Most High gave these heathens over to these idols, man.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, because hey, but it take a spiritual man,
Yeah.
an Israelite man, right? To do what? To be moved by the Spirit and paint this picture like, no.
Yeah.
Come here, let me show you this.
Right.
Riddle me that.
Right.
Go ahead.
And the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children.
No, now you got families in here grubbing. They ain't got to buy nothing from the market because they got what? They got a secret door, a secret passage, to where they come in knowing that they're deceiving the people.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know that they idol wasn't consuming that food. Mm-hmm. So you had a group of individuals, even in today's time, right? Because there's no new thing under the sun, who actively deceive people purposely. Go ahead.
Right, back in Bel and the Dragon, chapter 1, verse 20. And the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children. And then the king was angry and took the priests with their wives and children, who showed him the privy doors where they came in, and consumed such things as were on the table. Therefore the king slew them and delivered Bel into Daniel's power, who destroyed him and his temple.
All right, let's jump back to Baruch 6.
This is 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led.
You know, hey, because ye were Gentiles, meaning what? The people who have come out of that idol worship, the people who have come out of looking at the gods of this world, the gods of these heathens as entities that thou shalt worship, and understanding, right? You're no longer Gentiles. Because that gentilic way of thinking is the way of the world. It's the way of these nations. But this people right here, this peculiar people, was a people that the Most High chose unto himself. And coming out of that way of thinking to where idol worship is okay, it's not sensible at all. Like nothing about worshiping a man-made idol is logical. And the Most High is looking for individuals, right, with that understanding. Because it don't take many words to get that concept across. And the Most High stated what? Thou shalt not have no other God before me. You know, he simplified things. He didn't have anything in it for you to second guess it. He didn't think. And what about that? He said, have no other God before me.
Just like what the elder is saying, if you look at it today, Jesus Christ is like a dumb idol. He's no different than the statue because he's not giving you anything. Like someone who worships Jesus Christ, they don't know anything that's going on in the actual world. It's the same thing as an actual statue. Like if you worship Christianity, it's just like a statue because it's not giving you anything, you know?
Yep. You know, and people do what? They just take pictures by it, man. And the pigeons come in and take a crap on them.
I think, Jesus Christ, go back to what rappers, Christians, these call him like the flower pot guy, at least make mockery of him. And show you, these dumb idols. Like Baruch 6:17. Like as a vessel that a man useth is nothing worth when it's broken. Even so it is with their gods. When they be set up in the temple, their eyes be full of dust through the feet of them that come in. As the doors are made sure on every side upon him that offended the king, as being committed to suffer death, even so the priests make fast their temples with doors, with locks and bars, lest their gods be spoiled with robbers. Verse 19. They light them candles, yea, more than for themselves, whereof they cannot see one. Verse 20. They are as one of the beams of the temple, yet they say that in their hearts are gnawed upon by things creeping out of the earth, and when they eat them in their clothes, they feel it not.
And it says they light them candles. But our power, he said what? Through his only begotten son who made the worlds, he said, let there be light. And it was so. He didn't have to light no candle and walk around with a lantern or anything of that nature, man. And that's why, we brag and boast ourselves through the spirit and power of the Lord, man, because he chose us, right? You got this cluster of grapes. You go to the farmer's market or the supermarket, you got that cluster of grapes that's sitting out there on the tabletop. And you walk by, and you take a look, and you pick the one that's blossoming the most. It looks the most lively, it looks the most fresh, you pluck it. And that's the only one you want. Everything else, you care nothing of. That's how the Most High handpicked and selected the elected nation of Israel. And because it says what? There's a certain number of souls that shall not bow the need to bow all. The account that we're going into right now is that particular idol worship, man. And because that spiritual fornication is real. And the Most High looks at that as spiritual adultery. Meaning that you cheating on him.
Galatians 6:16. And as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy upon the Israel of the Most High.
Israel the Most High. So Israel the Most High is going to have that mercy, man. Because we're still out here trying to seek the sure mercies of David because we need that grace and mercy, man. Why? Because the attempt to do the will of Yahweh Hashem and Yahushua makes you one step closer of hoping to be saved by him, man. Being saved of him. Because the idols of this world, the temples of this world, the churches of this world, the cathedrals of this world, these particular buildings made with hands, nothing inside of those or outside the corridors are going to save you. And that's of a surety, man. Because unless you worship in the true power, right, and sincerity and in truth, right, because the Most High commands and demands of you what? Your whole mind, body, and soul to be given over unto him. And your lips always to give a spiritual sacrifice of praise unto his most holy name.
Yeah, that rule, like your brother said, it goes to like a standard, That's what we're trying to do on this side, is hopefully let where in this society, it's like a free-for-all in wickedness. We're like the only ones trying to do right. And once you do wrong or any type of evil doing, you get rewarded, you get glorified within the society. But here we are, we trying to do something right. That society just brought up all type of wrong and evil doing, man. So therefore, like I said, we keep on, we will get rewarded, man.
Yeah, Bruce Jenner changed himself from a man to a woman, got a book deal, you know, was on TV shows, he was the woman of the year, you know, he was doing interviews, you know, he leveled up, his bank account leveled up times millions from doing what? Converting into wickedness, man. Confiding unto wickedness.
And it's Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, sweet for bitter.
And that's why the scripture says that surely. Yeah, just say it again, bro.
Surely you'll turn the things upside down.
Shall be a sting as the Father's way. You know, the Most High gonna break this place down. That's what I was going into earlier. How the Heavenly Father's gonna do is gonna sweep this place with the besom of destruction. Why? Because even what I aforementioned, going into Bruce Jenner, that's one small inkling. You know, outside of the bucket of wickedness that this place has.
Small piece of a major plate.
Yep.
This is the book of Joshua chapter 24.
And I'm gonna phase out so anybody wants to.
This is the book of Joshua chapter 24, verse 14. Now therefore, fear the Lord Yahweh and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve you the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
And that's the decision that we're faced with. You know, because idol worship is still prevalent in today's time. You know, especially with a lot of people that are up in age. The younger generation are just completely godless at this point, man. You know, hey, but that's still a God in itself. Hey, because to have no God is still denouncing the truth and one only.
Well, it's a form of Satanism. Do as thou wilt. Do as thou wilt. That's a godless. You have no head over you. But ultimately, it's the one of the creeds of Satanism. Satanism, he has his own occultic practices. But the beginning phase of Satanism is really you have no God.
Do anything right.
Right, do anything right, man. Follow your own nature. You know?
They pretty much worship Satan through technology.
Yep. Like science.
Yeah.
Worshiping science. You know?
And they feel they can, through Satan, people feel they can create their own salvation. You know? That's why you have people pretty much so comfortable not worshiping the Most High, because he's a Satan's kingdom. And Satan makes it very convenient for you in his kingdom when you do the opposite of it. How about you, Shai?
Hey, yeah, that's right, brother. I got a quick one. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27. Because you went into idols. It says, for the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil.
Yeah, the worshiping of idols is the beginning, the end, and the cause of all evil. All evil. Because you look at this society, these are the results, okay, of a society being separated from Yahweh by Shema Shai and doing what, man? Establishing their own righteousness, man. Okay, that's being fed to them by what, man? The kingdom evil, Esau Edom. Okay? Esau Edom is making the earth likened unto his image, man. You know? You got it.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Most High.
Yeah, because here it is in this society, you will have people that vote for Joe Biden, you know, but complain about the prophets, man. Okay? And the prophets is coming with the words of Yahweh by Shema Shai. We're not speaking anything outside of the scripture, man. The sincere meaning of Yahweh by Shema Shai, okay, is what? Speaking of a righteous standard, man. Okay? We're talking about restoring the earth back to its glory. We're concerned with the bees, the elephants. We're concerned with all these things.
Trees.
You know? But here it is, you a bag of pedophile, okay? You will stand in line, okay, on behalf of a satanic pedophile, but then when the word come out, okay, you're against it, man. That's because Esau Edom has formed society to be programmed to be anti-Messiah, man.
Right.
You know? You got that, yeah,
And this 1 John 5 and 18. We know that whatsoever is born of the Most High, sin is not. But he that is begotten of the Most High, keep himself.
5 and 19. 19. This is the condition of the earth right now, man.
This 1 John 5 and 19. And we know that we are of the Most High, and the whole world lies in wickedness.
We are of the Most High, and the whole world lies in wickedness, man. Okay? Look at society, man. The whole earth is laden in wickedness, man. The average person has a mindset that's anti-Messiah. That's against the scriptures, man. You know? And not only are they against it, they're proud in it, man. And that's why we're coming to a time where Yahweh Shema Shai, like the elder brother said, is going to bring besom of destruction, man. He's going to sweep this place clean of filth, man. You know? Yahweh Shema Shai is about to clean house, man.
Yep.
You know?
I think, did you listen how the new generation, it's not, I watch my video, the new generation is not about God at all. You know, the new generation, and everybody, I guess basically leaving the churches.
You know, you're leaving all these different organized religions.
Because, like, if I just make a quick point, Eve, she'll lead a church, and she found out the origins of Christianity just to go to witchcraft.
Yeah.
You know? Like, nigga, we just left Africa. That was 1,500 years of that shit, man. All right? So, hey, everybody is basically godless now. Because at least Christianity gave you a facade of righteousness. But now with this witchcraft, it is wide open, man. You know? That same infatuation you have with that demonic shit, that's what got us over here in the first place. It's something inside you that's driven to that dark shit. You know? But that same infatuation got our ass whooped over here, man.
Hey, you know, that brother, that Red Pill Company, the little platform, but he went into it like, he went into it a little bit, but it's ironic how these women got the 666 standard. You know, 6 figures, 6 feet, 6 pack. Yeah, but it's 666. The number of the beast, man. I'm like, damn.
No coincidence.
Yeah.
It's no coincidence. Hey, these women love the beast. Israelite women love the beast. And the way you know they love the beast, because they hate nation building. They're not gonna build. They're not about building a family. You know? They love the energy of this beast, man. That's all I got, bro.
Yeah. You had something?
I'll bring it up.
Yeah, bring it out. Then we got this second.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, starting at verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with thy garment from Basra?
Yeah, this is Yahweh Shai. And he's coming directly to Edom, because Edom is the head of the heathen. Okay? These are progenitor wickedness on the earth. What did it say in Maccabees when Alexander came into power? He was multiplied, man. This is the source. See, how about Shema Shai is coming to deal with the source? You know, like you always go to the Lord. This man does all this wickedness, but no one blaming this man. You know? So how about Shema Shai is coming to deal with the source, man?
That's a fugitive in the vagabond at the teeth.
That's the witchcraft.
We say book of Psalm 10, I should never be moved.
Yep.
I should not be in adversity. This is mindset.
This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Yeah, because there's a great king coming to judge the earth. Okay? Our Shai is coming to bring judgment on this society, man. You know? People don't understand the predicament that the earth is in. You know? You people worried about, you know, another lockdown. See, that's going to be your least worry. You should be worried about who's coming back. Okay? Go ahead.
That's the question.
Yeah.
You know, they're asking the question, who is it?
Yeah.
And the prophets are telling you who is this going to be, man.
Go ahead.
He's actually not weak as a man.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Yeah, he's speaking what? Righteousness. This word. Okay? What is Yahweh Shai on Revelation 19 and 11? Showing you that, hey, the scriptures line up from Genesis to Revelation, man. It's all speaking of the same narrative, man. You know, when you read these things in the spirit, the narrative never changes, man. You got it, bro.
It's Revelation 19:11.
Yep.
And I saw heaven open,
Yep.
and behold, a white horse.
Hey, he saw heaven open and behold a white horse. Okay? That's the question to who is that coming from Bible? He coming in that chariot, say traveling in what? The greatness of his strength, that white horse, that chariot. Go ahead.
And he that sat upon him was called faithful and true.
Go ahead.
And righteousness, and he do it, judge and make war.
In righteousness, he go judge and make war. You see? This is a righteous takeover that's coming to the earth, man. Okay? That's why it pays to get on the righteous bandwagon now. Okay? Because when they come, it's going to roll over all wickedness, man. Either you're going to be put to death or you're going to captivity, man. Okay? That's the options Yahweh Shai is coming with, man. Okay? If you just to the point where he feel like you need death, he's going to put you to death. If he's going to keep you heathens alive and go into captivity, you go into captivity, man. What is it? Either to the sword, to the sword, man. Either captivity, gonna go into captivity. That's your option. A king don't come with democracy, man. A king come with, okay, he got two options, and that's gonna be it. And it's gonna be his choice what he do. And when Yahweh Shai, it's gonna be in righteousness and it's death and captivity, man.
I got this real quick. Revelation 18:5, you said a point. For her sins have reached up to heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Now there's some called, the fans did a sweep, right? The fans do a clean sweep, right? Like they kick down the door and they get everybody. They kick down the door and they get everybody, because you saying Yahweh Shai about to come.
Yeah.
That's what you need to worry about.
Yeah.
That's what the fans doing a clean sweep.
Yeah.
It's finna get, he finna get everything, because what do they refer to Yahweh Shai as? The Grim Reaper?
Yeah, yeah.
So when you get the culprit or something, you pulling everything out from the roots.
Yeah.
When you reap a harvest, you pulling the roots out and everything, right? So you getting the counsel, you going straight to the culprit, man. It's gonna be a clean sweep on the earth, man. Going back to, Wisdom of Solomon 14.
And so the Most High got like a RICO case.
Yup.
He said, man.
Yup.
Hey, look, with Rico, what they do? They shut down your assets.
Yup.
Okay? And Esau's main asset is what? Witchcraft.
Yup. That's right.
So
right.
the most I cut down that witchcraft.
Yup.
Hey, then say the wicked have reached to the heavens. Cause hey, let's say you were 8th grade. You know, you get caught with a bag of weed. Well, the little school security handle it like you suspended, nigga. You know, but that same 8th grader, you know, you find 10 keys in his book bag. Now that's the feds. Now you gotta get higher courts involved because it's a heavy offense. Well, Esau offenses don't reach you to the spiritual realm. Yeah.
He was but a little displeased.
Yeah.
For the affliction, he wouldn't stop.
If I can say something, it started with that first crime family, right? You know the Borgias, you know, the Machiavellian dynasty. That was the seed. That was that seed of wickedness come back during the Renaissance period. But that culminated into this. So now, like you said, hey, Yahweh Shai got to come now, man. That was a 500-year reign of wickedness, man, of a criminal ruler. Because a criminal be ruling for 20 years, 10 years, 30 years. You watch Goodfellas. That shit lasted, what, a couple of decades? Then the fans came. So this shit lasted a few centuries. Now, the sheriff is coming, man, for lack of better words.
Back in the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that tread in the wine fat.
That's symbolic of what? Great judgment. See, Yahweh Shai coming back with slaughter. See, this is the warning. You know? This is the warning now. This is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai pleading with Israel to get right before the judgment comes. You see? When Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai reached the point where he's done trying to plead with Israel, he's going to send judgment, man. You know, go ahead.
Verse 3. I have trodden the winepress alone,
Yep.
and of the people there was none with me.
Of the people, there was none with him. Why? Because this is an anti-Messiah society, man. Of the people, there was none with him, man. Okay? Go to a huge gathering, Jake, and start speaking of Yahweh Shai. You're going to get ran away from them, man. You know? Nobody is with Yahweh Shai except for his elect. What he tell when all those people start following you, like, so y'all gonna leave? You know? But see, it's a great reward for following Yahweh Shai, man, for really standing on these prophecies, man. You know? You got that in the song.
For I would tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnants.
See, no one's considering the mood of Yahweh Shai Shai. You know? I remember back in the day, your parents' mood kind of gauge how you would come in. You know, it's some day you like, you go the other way. You see how they come in, you go the other way, man. But see, in this society, everybody is still just doing what they want to do, partying, wickedness. No one's considering, no one's gauging, you know, the mood of Yahweh Shai. And scripture say he's coming back, all right, in his fury and anger, man. Okay? Yeah.
And this is the book of Psalm 73 and 20. Where it says, as a dream when one awaketh, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image.
O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Awaken means what? He's going to be active. Okay? And he's going to despise what? The image of this beast system. Yahweh Shai hates this society, man. Okay, Dwayne Wade, his son, Jada, Willow, all this old crazy shit that's going on, man. Look, Yachty, you know, all these. Yahweh Shai hate this shit, man.
It's rebellion.
Yeah, this is rebellion at the highest level. You know, that's why Babylon, America is known as Marathon, which means double rebellion, man. This is the most rebellious society, all right, ever bred in the earth, man. And it's because of who? Esau Edom. Okay? That's why the Apostle Peter get the Acts 2. We started 40.
And have confessed the name of the Heavenly Father.
It's
Acts
get
2.
bad, man.
That is Acts 2 and 40. And with many other words, they testify and exhort, saying, save yourself from the untoward generation.
Yeah, untoward. And when you go untoward, it goes into the definition unpredictable. This is a very unpredictable society, man. Because people don't stand on anything. People are all over the place. Like Kyrie Irving. He was an Israelite. This nigga celebrating Ramadan in the playoffs. Oh, I got a dumbass sweat. The time was super dumb, you know, but it's unpredictable. You don't know what niggas gonna be into. Like you say, the nigga want to leave Christianity. They should go to witchcraft. I'm spiritual, but not the Bible. Like, what the hell? What does that mean?
Her rendition of being spiritual is the zodiac sign. You know?
It's some sage.
Sage, right.
It's unpredictable.
It just, and all the religions and all the beliefs, it requires no discipline.
Yep.
That's one thing you know about 12 tribes. They hate discipline, man.
Yep. No standard.
Discipline requires regimen. But one thing about niggas, man, like with this New Year's resolutions, they'll do it for like the first month or so, and they back into their old ways, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Jake will let go of pork for about a week. Then Jake will say, well, I eat it every 9 days. Like, come on, man. I cut back.
Nigga woman exercise without getting foot.
Yeah, and then fall off. You know, like Jake, you brought that out a while back. You like, Jake don't have discipline. Jake like discipline in every aspect, man. All you gotta do is discipline to follow your Yahweh Shai. You know? Right, be disciples first. It's not hard not eating pork. You know?
This book of 1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
What's the law? Law not break. That's 5. Might be 5. brother said, like when you go into the laws, everything benefits you.
And remain.
You know,
Shall be caught
it
up
preserves, like we going to earlier, the law preserves you from Babylon. Even like the women dressing in modest apparel, they keep you from nigga energy handling you all that damn day. You know, like that's everything about the law is for your benefit.
You can't be half naked to my niggas ain't shit.
Yeah.
Stay on my inbox.
Yeah, like inbox.
Niggas thirsty. Yeah.
I'm naked. And that's just one of them, bro. Like I said, the law, especially when you go into Sirach, especially you go into Sirach, that if you follow the book of Sirach, that'll save you from a lot of bullshit, a lot of stress. You know, not following your lust, not being immodest, you know, basically lacking self-control.
Not talking about other man's business.
Not talking about another man's business, you know, just falling back. You know, discreet.
Hey, it's saying, Sirach, if you hear a word, let it die with you. Right. So, you know, Jake might come to you with something, but you gotta know how to let that shit die with you, man.
That's how you can contaminate an environment. Like you in the workplace and people are spreading other people's life, now the whole environment toxic. It's contaminated.
Remember the rumors started circulating story.
Yep, circulating story.
Like this 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of Yahweh Shai, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are not grievous. You know? Hey, but see, Yahweh Shai put us in a situation where we cherish the commandments. Like, we look forward to the Sabbath. In a society where the shit works out, you look forward to the Sabbath, man, where you kind of, you know, wind down and reset, man. You understand it now. You know? The dietary law, you see the benefits of it, man, like that Mediterranean diet, like it opens up the spirit and everything, man.
You don't eat food that eats food.
Yeah.
You know, you don't eat the animals that eat animals. You don't eat scavengers. It makes sense when you come into this truth after a while, man. You know?
Come, my people, into thou into thy chamber, and shut thy doors about
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 24. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear.
Yeah, this is rebellious about people, man. Okay? If Jay gonna be rebellious, there's gonna be a lot of Israelites rebellious until the missus come, man. You know, a nigga pop up on cue.
But walk in their own counsels and in their imaginations.
But walk in their own counsels, okay? Polite, okay? Dr. Umar Johnson. Niggas got all type of counsels that they're into, the barbershop, Facebook, okay? Rap coaching. That's a counsel, like, that's a counsel telling you how to behave, okay? That's a culture that's telling you how to behave. Hot girl something. There was a song that became a culture.
And you said the word culture. Did you go into that word culture? Goes to the cultivator? Is that Chicago? Well, culture goes back to the word cultivate. And you said the counselors in the music. Like I was driving a teacher. He was about how the children are bad. I was like, what makes them be? What makes the kids bad? He was like, man, NBA YoungBoy got it. You know. So you 5, 6 years old, being cultivated out the counsel of the NBA YoungBoy. So by the time you 16, you a whole full-fledged nigga. Go back to culture.
Back in Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 24. But walk in the counsel and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward.
Went backward. Hey, our people is in a state of backslide, man. They're getting worse. Because even when you go to post-slavery, Jake had some order about themselves, man. The women was in order, the men, you know, were men and substance, okay? Knew how to, live off the land and all these different things. Like, when you go post-slavery to now, Jake has went backwards. Way backwards, man. You know? And that's why it has to be a cutoff, because Jake will only get worse and worse as the society goes, man. The average Jake will be like a Yanni, you know? Or one Takashi, one of these niggas, man. That'd be the average Israelite if this place was to keep going, man.
Go ahead. You know how you read the book of Judges, it goes into like Israel had like no judge. They did what was right in their own lives. It's the same mindset spirit today, you know. That do as thou wilt spirit. Obey my thirst. Just do how you feel, man. Do you. That do you mentality, man. That do you mentality is carnality. You know? That type of carnal mindset is gonna lead to death, man. The majority of our people, they follow what's after the trends of this world, man. They do as thou feel, or spirit, man. That mentality.
And it's a culture with no intention.
No intention.
Like, the law was intentional. Like, if me and him were brothers and I died having no seed, he was supposed to raise seed to my wife, okay, to carry on my lineage. Because I would have to come back into an inheritance. So I can come back into an inheritance. Like, the law was intentional. Nigga, culture not intentional. Like, you can go to any Jake that think they deep and say, well, what's the intention of black culture? You go to 10 different Jakes, you're gonna get 10 different answers. You see? All over the place, but that's why the law was the same throughout the whole nation. So that the nation moved forward, okay, with an intent, man. Structure.
One mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 25.
Yeah.
Since the day that your fathers came from out of the land of Egypt, unto this day I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them.
Because the prophet was like spiritual counselors, man. You know? Pretty much telling you the mood of how about Shemal Shai and how he's gonna move in the earth. The prophets is here to get Israel in line with how about Shemal Shai got going on, man. You know? The prophets is the medians on the right-hand side between the spiritual realm and the nation of Israel, man, through Yahweh Shai. You know? You got it, man.
Verse 26. Yet they hearken not unto me,
Yep.
nor incline their ear,
Yep.
but harden their neck. They did worse than their fathers.
Yeah, the more we prophesy, the worse Jake get, man. You know, the worse niggas become. Go ahead.
Verse 27. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee.
Yeah, so we already understand. We don't marvel that Jake not listening, man. And because if it weren't precepts like this, you know, we would be pretty much panicking like, damn, why Jake don't get it? But the scripture tell us, like, look, you gonna talk to him, niggas not gonna listen. So we don't marvel at Jake not listening because someone has to play their role, man, of not listening, man. And we just thankful it's not us because we don't have no control over it. You know? And that's something like we can't even get proud that we out here and they not, okay? We're just commentating what's written, man. You know? Go ahead.
But thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Most High, their power.
This is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of their power, man. All these Israelites in the earth, man, and they fall out to all these different philosophies and religions except for Yahweh Shemal Shai. Okay? But you have all these other nations, like Ishmael, they follow Islam as a whole. Okay? These different nations, they follow their religions as a whole. Okay? And then when it comes to Israel, Israel all over the place, man. You know? This is a nation that obeys not his power, man. You know, go ahead.
Nor receiveth correction, truth is perished,
Yep.
and is cut off from their
He
mouth.
said, nor receive a correction. Okay? Niggas hate correction, man. You know? You can't correct Jake in the slightest thing, man. On something simple, man. Okay? You tell Jake they messed up at work, man. Jake did blaming everybody from months ago. He's like, God damn, man, we talking about this little situation now, man. Only Jake moved like that when they do not want no accountability, man. You know?
Like you tell Jake pull the pants up,
Yeah.
he trying to fight you, man. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. He'll be older than you. You become the boy enemy because you tell him the truth.
Yeah, right.
You here, man.
Verse 29. Cut off thine hair. Verse 29. Cut off thine hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation on high places.
Yo, hey, the Most High is telling you to get ready for bad times, man. Since you refuse to correction from this word, expect bad times, man. Okay? Expect to be in the state of mourning, man. Go ahead.
For the Lord Yahweh have rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath.
Hey, the Most High have rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath, man. And there's a generation of Israelites that are here that was born forsaken, man. That's how precious this word is and this understanding is, man, because there is the other side. You know, you can't get lost in like this like you know, we entitled to this. No, man, there's the other side. And the Most High can pull you out at any time. He can pull us out at any time, man, to that side of forsaken. You know?
Yeah, well, build off you. Some of the other boy that said, now meditating on it. Because the Spirit had me going to, you know, a lesson going into how, like, when demons leave people, that's when they feel ashamed. And I had felt to mention in a lesson, I was thinking about what the elder had said about Saul, and Spirit had hit me. I was thinking about Judas. Like, you know, because Satan entered into Judas for him to do what he did. Like, he was forsaken.
But it said in the scripture, it says Satan entered into Judas.
Yep. And pretty much when them demons, and they even showed you on Passion of the Christ, like pretty much like he was being plagued. Like for what he did, them demons was fucking with him, and it got so bad, you know, he committed suicide, man. You know, that because with that demon left him, or them demons left him, and he was ashamed, man. You know, like going into like we don't control it, you know.
That's why there's no room for pride. You know, while we got this understanding, you know, hey, they like Apostle Peter say, do diligence to make your call on election sure. You know, stand diligent, you know, it keeps us out there in the spirit, you know. And that's in every way, not just doing lessons, man, right? Read, okay? You gotta be diligent to be humble. You know, in a society that pushes you to be proud, man. You gotta be diligent not to get sucked back into the cares of this life, man. This is a whole 360 of being diligent, you know, within this ministry, man. Constant fight. Constant fight. Discipline, man. It's a thing of diligence.
And it's Baruch 4:1.
Yep.
This is the book of the commandments of the Most High.
Yep.
And the law that do it forever.
Yep. The law that endure forever. Hey, because when this society is reset, okay, what is going to be established under? The law, statutes, and commandments. That's why I say the law endure forever, man. Okay? This is going to be an eternal standard in the earth, man, after this destruction, man. Okay? Christian talking about the law done away with, but Scripture say it endure forever. We're not going to be saved by works of the law. Okay? It's going to be through faith because we're going to have to step out on faith and get uncomfortable, you know? At the end, when we're outcasts for not accepting, okay, this man's device to buy and sell and to function in this society, okay? But after the destruction, what's going to be set up, man? A righteous kingdom establishing the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know, and we rehearse those things now, you know, prepping for the kingdom. Go ahead.
And all that keep it shall come to life.
And all that keep it shall come to life. Okay? We've come to life. We're coming to life, man. We're learning life. Okay? How to exist on the earth, man. The law, statutes, and commandments was instruction on how to exist and govern the earth, man. Okay? This is not just a diet. You know, they try to reach the Bible to a diet. No, man, this is laws on how to govern the earth.
But you know what, bro? If you think about it, it is a diet. Because when you go into that term diet, it means a way of life.
Right.
So we have to have a spiritual diet. What's on the menu? Yahweh Shah, which is the bread, the water, and the wine.
This is the way, walk ye in it.
Yeah. He's the lamb. Damn, he's the lamb. You know?
But such as leave it shall die. Verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it.
Turn thee, O Jacob. Okay? Turn thee, O Jacob. Well, that Psalm 147, 19. Why does it say turn thee, O Jacob? Why does it say turn thee, everybody? You know? It says turn thee, O Jacob, man. Okay?
Let's put the Psalm 147, verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
His statute and his judgment to Israel, go ahead.
Verse 20, he have not dealt so with any nation.
He have not dealt so with any nation. Go ahead.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
So that's why they can't turn back. Okay? Because Yahweh Shema Shai didn't deal with them as with sons like he did the nation of Israel, man. You know? You got it.
Turn thee of Jacob, and take hold of it, walk in the presence of the light thereof, that you may be illuminated.
Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that we may be illuminated, man. You know? Illuminated by what, man? Understanding. You know? There's a lot of people that don't understand the creation story, man. Genesis 1 and 2. That's a heavy understanding, man. Just understand the creation story, the garden. You know? They don't understand why Esau and Eve have this collab together like this. It goes back to the garden. You see, we've been illuminated. Now everything makes sense. Because before you can fix something, you gotta troubleshoot the problem. You can't fix nothing if you don't get down to the source, okay, what's causing this to do this? Okay? So even understand the relationship between the serpent and Eve gets you on the track to what? Okay, this is what needs to be fixed. Okay? Because through Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, the men that he established going to do what, man? Fix the earth in righteousness, man. Go ahead.
And you think about it like the elect, starting with your house shot, those are the true Luciferians. You know, because you go to the word Lucifer, it goes into like a light bearer. So the Illuminati, those are the enlightened ones. Who are the true Illuminati? Starting with Yahweh Shai and the 144,000 on down, man. It's by that illuminated light. And it says that we was called out of darkness into this marvelous light. That goes to the illuminated light the brothers read.
At verse 3, give not thy honor to another, know the things that are profitable unto thee.
Yeah, give not thy honor to another, okay, and not honor is being what? The sons of Yahweh Shema Shai. You got niggas, you know, you got an Israelite arguing that we not Israelites, you know, but they'll reverence the fake, you know, the 1948ers. So you're going to give that honor of being a son of God to another? Here it is, you're born an Israelite, but Jacob argued with you that we not Israelites, you know, but he has no argument against those people in the land, man.
Jake talking about we kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can say something too, because just to build that word Jew is like J-E-W, it's really a derogatory term, and like it's crazy because like we in Mississippi or whatnot, but like down here, like we grew up, we hear Jake say it like they'd be like, what up, Jew? The same thing like when Jake Chicago they'd say like Joe or whatever, but it's like it's a slang word or whatever. But it became like it's kind of disrespectful too, cause like cause Jake they'll go to Elamite convenience store or Ishmael, they be like, "What's the Jew man?" You know what I'm saying? Or let's say Jake on some connive and dirty stuff, probably steal your money or something like that. They'd be like, "Well, they gonna Jew you." You know what I'm saying? So really, our culture's been turned upside down, man, and it's cause those gutter rats pretend to be us, you know.
They call it cops jakes.
Man,
They call it cops jakes.
They call Ishmael like
backwards.
so they prefer everything.
Yeah.
And know the things that are profitable unto thee, a strange nation. Verse 4, O Israel, happy are all we, for things that are pleasing unto the Most High are made known unto us.
It said Israel happy are we. Things that are pleasing unto Yahweh Shema Shai made known unto us, man. Okay? Let's do 2 Timothy 3:16. So it's a beautiful thing. We can please our power now, man. So now he's starting to act on our behalf. Like we see these things speeding up, the time speeding up, that's because the sons and daughters, all right, of Yahweh Shema Shai is starting to please the Heavenly Father. Okay? And it's getting to the point, okay, where he's going to get us out of here, man. He says he's not going to suffer us to dwell in Egypt anymore, man. Okay? That's the point that we're getting to because the things that are pleasing to our power are made known, man. You know? There's a certain conduct that's expected amongst the brotherhood, man. Okay? There's a certain reverence to See, how was shot that's expected, man. There's a certain labor that's expected from an Israelite man. And see, as these things start to happen more frequently and on a broader level, now you see time speeding up. That's directly linked to the repentance of Israel, man. We have a power that can shrink the time. Because he know we hate it here. You see? He know we hate it here. So he's speeding up the time to get us out, man. You know?
It's Proverbs 4:19. The weight of the wicked is as darkness. They know not what they extol.
Yep.
My son, attend to my words, incline thy ear unto my sayings. Verse 21, what it says, but the true gospel that the messengers of Yahweh Bashim Shah are out here on the street corners in various cities and states of America and across the globe, man. So those are the sayings of Yahweh Bashim Shah. Hear the word. In verse 21, let them not depart from thy eyes, keep them in the midst of thy heart. This is the point. For they are life unto those that find them, and help to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life.
You know, the law is beneficial, man. Okay? That's why it's going to be established like Israel going to be that top government, okay, to push forward that law, man. You know? And it's going to produce life in the earth, man. When Israel gets in power, all right, under Yahweh Shai, the life expectancy going to go up, okay? Animal population going to boom, okay? The nutrients going to get back into the fruits and vegetables, okay?
Righteousness shall flourish.
Righteousness shall flourish, yeah, that's right.
Hey, you know, it goes into Surah 10 about how the Most High is going to set over one that is profitable. You know, you go into the word profitable, it goes into like rewarding and yielding. Just let you know how it's going to be like an increase in the earth when it's back under the righteousness, man. That's what Yahushua is going to represent when he returns, righteousness, sovereignty, righteous sovereignty. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that word profitable goes into. It goes into rewarding, it goes into increase, it goes into yielding, man. Because right now, as this system is unprofitable, like you already know, we saw Edom, man. So that's why everything is on a very low vibration, man. Just like if you watch Lion King with scholars and leadership, everything was dead, man. Everything was dark and gloomy. You know what I'm saying? The atmosphere was just on a very low vibration, you know?
All right, this is the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 49, in verse 8. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee.
In an acceptable time. And that's what we're coming into, a time where we're going to be accepted back, okay? Because him placing us back into that Jerusalem, okay? That's him accepting us back as what, man? The rulers of the earth again, because we're going to rule the earth out of Jerusalem, man. That's right, bro. Okay? Every company that you have has a what? A headquarters. Okay? And the earth is the Lord's company. So he's going to set us back what? In those headquarters, man. That's that acceptable year. When we reach a certain, when the elect get to a certain point, okay, the Lord's going to accept his people back, and he's going to send you how shine to get it, man.
Hey, bro, that word acceptable, it goes to favorable.
Woo! And you think about it, really, it's starting now with the knowledge. You know?
Now it says, and I will preserve thee and give thee for a covenant of the people to establish the earth.
A covenant of the people to establish the earth, man.
To
establish the earth, go ahead.
The word establish means restore.
Restore. Why? Because in the new covenant, the law, statutes, and commandments going to be within us, man. Okay? Each brother within their province under Yahweh Shai is going to have the law, statutes, and commandments in them ruling in the earth, man. Each brother going to be an extension of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, real quick, 1 Samuel 2:8. He raised up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are Yahweh's, and he have set them up. He have set the world upon them.
Yeah, and he says, from the dust, just going back to that knowledge you said, because dust is what? Confusion. So first you lift it up from confusion, all right? Pull the pants up on the ass, okay? The do-rag with the hat, you know?
Right.
Hey, the Yahweh Shema Shai guys out of confusion, Christianity, democracy, Republican, okay? That woman worship, okay? All about the bag, okay? No discipline. We got pulled out of that confusion, man.
Yeah, it all started with that breath.
Yep.
You know, it's like the movie Planet of the Apes. You know, when they what's that?
Genesis.
Yeah.
The beginning.
Yeah.
And you think about it also with that picture, you know, it's a famous picture that started with a slave in chains, then it goes into like a sharecropper, then it goes into like a Jake in the 70s with a fro, then it goes into like a Jake with a hat on, and then at the end it's that Jake with that crown on his head, man. You know? So he's raising us up, man. He's restoring us. Man. You see it? And just going to where Elder Kazan brought out by established, Acts 1-6, when they therefore were come together, they answered him saying, Lord, would thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
Thou restore the kingdom unto Israel, okay? And the kingdom of heaven is going to be the Most High pushing the play button on the kingdom of Solomon.
That's right, bro.
Except in a much greater glory. It's going to be immortal, okay? You go into the time of Solomon, man, our people was good, man. You know? Our people was in a very exalted state, man. And we had peace, you know? But that's finna be established in the earth under Yahushua in an immortal state, man. Okay?
And this is 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High. It is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction, and righteousness.
Instructions in righteousness, man. Okay? This is what the Bible, okay, was meant to do, man. Okay? It's an instruction book of righteousness, man. But this Bible is going to be within us, man. We're going to be programmed to be perfectly in sync with the Bible, man. That's why we're going to be that top government fit to give instructions in righteousness, man, in the earth, man. Okay? We can end it. Get Psalm 72. Let me read a little bit of that. 72 and 1. Psalm 72 and 1. You know? Because it's time for a righteous rulership, man. Okay?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 72, verse 1. Give the king thy judgment,
Yep.
O Yahweh, and thy righteousness unto the king's son.
And this is a message to who? Solomon, which in the spirit is who? Yahweh Shah. Okay? It was really for Yahweh Shah. Go ahead. In this time, go ahead.
He shall judge thy people with righteousness,
Yep.
and thy poor with judgment.
Yeah, he's going to judge Israel with righteousness. That's why he's going to get us out of captivity. Okay? That's why he's going to put our enemies under our feet. That's going to be the judgments of a righteous king. Okay? When there's a new rulership in the earth, things happen like that. Like in Esau's laws, you got the bill stuck at the Senate. You know, it's a deadlock. You know, you got lobby. You know, no. When the new rulership come in, things change like that.
Yeah, I don't know if Fox News they was crying about how BLM and stole all the money.
Yeah. So what?
Just like when Saddam Hussein came into power, we saw that together.
Oh yeah.
As soon as he came into power, he was pulling niggas out the audience like, if y'all don't agree with how I rule, they was getting headshots that night. Yeah, execute
He
the
already
style.
has the grades up.
Yep.
Wait for you to go.
Right. Come on now.
Verse 3. The mountain shall bring peace to the people.
Yeah, and that mountain is the goldenness of Israel. It's gonna bring peace to our people, man. All our people gonna be established, man. Because even going to the Maccabees, even to the time of David, whenever we would spoil the heathen nations, it said the widow, the fatherless, okay, that they all broke bread alike. Everyone ate. You know, they'll go spoil the Greeks, you see, to get, clothing and riches and, different things, but they would come break bread with everybody, man. That's how we was as a nation, man. Even Jake, you see England the other day, you know, MC Hammer, we were trying to pretty much spread the wealth to everybody, but that's how Jake, that's in Jake to do that. Go ahead.
And the little hills by righteousness.
Go ahead.
He shall judge the poor of the people.
He shall save the children of the needy and shall break in pieces the oppressor.
And that's what's to come, man. The veil has been off, man. And there you have it, man. So this is where Yahweh Shai is coming to reign in righteousness and break in peace the oppressors, man. He's gonna break Esau's pride. Okay, he's gonna put it in captivity. All these nations going into captivity, and we're gonna reign in righteousness, man. You know.
Hey, and with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Let's give one to give our honor and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Kakadash.
double honors to our elder apostles, elder bishops, the great millstone rule well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Above, above.
Above, above.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.